Welcome to Nima in Japan Driving Edition, Episode 4. Okay, so today's episode is going to be about life working in Japan. So if you're coming over to work in Japan, the chances are that you're going to be working as an English teacher, an ALT, Assistant Language Teacher. You may be working at some cram school, some after-school program, but nonetheless, there's a high chance that you will be teaching English in Japan. So I just want to talk about what you're probably expecting from working in Japan and what possible employers are expecting of you. So first, let's talk about the JET program. So as you know, the JET program is the most popular program to come to Japan on. They pay for your flight over. You spend 3 days in Tokyo, then for orientation, and then you're shipped off to wherever prefecture city that you're going to be working and living in. So what does the JET program have to offer? Well, it has the highest commanding salary as far as a program is concerned. The pay has been reduced in recent years. It used to be every month $3,000, but now it's down to about $28,000, and that is before tax. So they have reduced the pay slightly, but then on the other side, if you stay for the third year, you make slightly more than $3,000 a year, I believe. But anyways, enough about the salary, because if you're interested in that, you can just look up JET program and you can get all the information yourself. But actually working, so I worked for a range of different elementary and junior high schools, and I can say that if you're placed in an elementary school, it's going to be heavily your responsibility as far as the lessons go. Majority of English teachers at the elementary school level, they basically rely on you to conduct the lesson yourself. They might have a general idea, but you're the individual who executes it, and by low and large, they're the ones that are in the back just kind of sitting and kind of watching, making sure there's no troubled students or everyone's paying attention, etc. On the other side, junior high schools are usually heavily structured. You usually have a textbook, just like your elementary school, but the teachers, they already plan all the lessons. You may be responsible to creating some type of supplement lesson, for example, a game, or they'll give you a grammar point and they say create a worksheet on that grammar point. In the 3 years that I was an English teacher, I may have been asked to create my own material all of 10 times. Maybe 10 times. Probably less, though. So it's just something to be prepared for. Now I don't have any experience teaching at the high school level, but from what I hear, it is more hands-on, similar to elementary school, in that you have to prepare the lessons, and you're actually more of a teacher versus an assistant language teacher. So it's of course something to keep in mind. What is the best age group to teach? Well, I can't answer that because it's all relative, right? Some people love little kids, they're gonna love elementary school. You play around with them at recess, they're super excited, they're very interested in learning English. And then you have your junior high school level where they become really shy all of a sudden. They become insecure about their own language, their own English language abilities. Some are different, but by and large, a lot of them are like that. So it's going to be a little more difficult. You're not going to see all the students raising their hand eagerly to answer your English question. So you're going to have to make it a little more interesting, a little more engaging. There's going to be a lot of downtime. So it all depends on what you can do with that downtime. When I say downtime, I mean chances are, on average, you might have 3 or 4 classes a day. What that means is you're going to have about 3 hours or so every day, including lunch, that you're gonna have a lot of free time. You're just gonna be sitting at your desk. Now you may be grading papers some days, but a lot of the time you really have nothing to do. So what this means is you need to think of ways to keep yourself occupied. Either studying Japanese, or if you like, just browsing the internet. But basically do something to keep yourself occupied. I know some people like reading books. Of course, the best utilization of your time would be to study Japanese, or something that could possibly propel you into a career after JET. Because you have to realize that it's very difficult to be a lifer, right? Just teaching, being an assistant language teacher for life. Can you do it? Yes. But is it a career? No. I would label it more as a job, right? Because there's no sense of growth. You can't grow while you're an assistant language teacher. Your yearly salary will not change by most situations, simply because you have a skill that means to teach English or to speak English, and that skill doesn't seem to improve year after year. You may be better, slightly more comfortable teaching in front of the classroom, etc., but they could very well just hire someone fresh out of college or university, and they, after a few weeks, few months, they could be just as well. So that's something to keep in mind. So you want to always think, alright, well, I'm coming here to teach English in Japan. Great. Living the dream. Possibly it could be your dream. Live in the, the anime kingdom of the world, or you love Japanese cars. For whatever reason you want to come here, that's fine. But you, of course, have to realize that it's a temporary gig. So you need to think ahead. What are you going to do after? Right? Because regardless where you go on the JET program, that they usually only keep you for 3 to 5 years. It's a year-to-year contract, right? And that's by and large the majority of teaching English in Japan. It's all done on a year-to-year based contract. There is no way for you to get tenure or anything like that. So that's basically about teaching in Japan. Once again, you wanna take care of your free time, or rather you want to keep yourself busy during your free time. If you have a lot of expectations as far as, I got a TESOL or TESOL, or I have a teaching experience in America, your best bet is to forget about all that, because when you come here, you're not the main teacher, and if you think you are, you're going to have some trouble. Mainly just because inner conflict with yourself, because you're going to want to do more than what they're expecting of you to do. So it's better to come here with an open mind and realization that you are an assistant language teacher, and by and large that's it, an assistant. But nonetheless, there's a lot of perks to this job. Majority of ALTs have long summer holidays, paid summer holidays. Now, if you're on the JET program, it's a hit or miss with the city you go to. Some will let you have the whole summer and winter holidays off, and some others will want you to come in half day, and some others might want you to come just the full day. Because during the summer, the students aren't in class, but they are doing club activities, right? So it's possible they could want you to participate in the club activities, or grade papers, or do something, because they're paying you, right? So you might get lucky, you might not. Now, some other English teaching gigs, like Interact and a few others, they do not pay you your full salary in the winter or summer, right? So they pay you, I don't remember the exact number, but they pay you not the full amount. Now, of course, you're not working during that amount, so that's how they compare. They say, well, you're not working, so you shouldn't be making your full salary. But nonetheless, it's unfortunate. But on the JET program, they will pay you regardless, every month, the same amount of salary. So that's nice. So anyways, I think I'm going to wrap up this video. But if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll post a new video. Alright, see ya.